Chapter 33. Part 2. I laugh to myself and think about how stimulating it would be to swim with Chris naked, even though it's below 20 degrees in the water. What? I want to go swimming with Chris naked. I have never been naked in front of anyone before, especially a guy, and I am not starting now to be naked, even for Chris. Are you a chicken, Sashiana? He asks and takes me away from my provocative thoughts. Since I have known Chris, he's been having me think such naughty thoughts. What the hell has he done to me? No, I am not a chicken, but I am not going skinny dipping. He laughs. Okay, he says, and then tosses me one of the wetsuits. I catch it. Put that on since you don't want to be naked. He starts pulling my dad's, but now it's his t-shirt over his head. My eyes scan his muscular body and the way his tattoos contrast with his shoulders and abdomen. He then unbuttons his blue jeans, slides them down, and bends to pull them over his legs. He looks up at me as he grabs the wetsuit and pulls it over his thighs. The wetsuit hangs down his hips, showing off his perfect body. Well, stop staring at me and undress. I blush as he calls me out for my actions. Wait, I am not undressing in front of you. And why not? It's just you and me, he says, like it's no big deal. I don't care if it's just you and me. I quote his own words. Is there a place I can change? Are you planning to take off your bra and panties? He lifts his brow, and my mouth opens wide. So, just get undressed. I'll not look. Sure, he won't look. So this was his plan to bring me here so I could get undressed in front of him. Not going to happen. Okay, a part of me wants to undress in front of Chris, so he can look at me, but not today. No, I want to undress somewhere else or I am not going swimming, I say when I drop the wetsuit to the floor and I cross my arms, so he knows I mean business. Fuck, you are stubborn, lady. Alright, come with me, he groans as he grabs the wetsuit off the floor and snatches my hand, dragging me into his cabin. The cabin is small but warm and cozy. There's a compact kitchen on the left side. On the far right side, there's a small black leather sofa and in the corner, there's a full-sized bed with black linen sheets and a wooden bed frame. His grandfather liked this kind of theme with black, which must have been his favorite color. My eyes catch something else, a long slim wooden cabinet with a lock attached to it. He must not want anyone to go through his stuff if he has a lock. You can get undressed in here, he says as he hands me the wetsuit and he just stands there. Okay, but you should go, I try to sound authoritative. He rolls his eyes and goes out of the cabin, shutting the door behind him. Once he's out of the room, I quickly lift my shirt over my head and bend down to take off my jeans. I fold my clothes and place them neatly on the sofa. Then I grab the wetsuit. Slipping it on over my body, I reach for the zipper, but I can't get it up and I am struggling. Hurry up or I'll come in, he shouts, impatient as ever. I can't get my zipper up, I yell as I try to zip it up by myself, but it's no use. He opens the door and slowly I turn my back to face him. Can you please help me zip this up? I ask him. Yeah, I can help you, he stumbles. Why is his voice raspy? It couldn't be because of me. Can it? I lift up my hair and move it to the side. I jump as his fingertips touch my skin and I hear him suck in a breath when his fingers trace my bra strap. My body feels on fire, then all too soon, he zips up the wetsuit. Intentionally, I thrust my behind against him and feel him harden against me. Fuck, Sashiana. You see what you do to me? He asks as he grips my hips, his fingers digging into me, but then he moves me away from him and I frown. Not yet, baby. I want to go swimming with you. But he cuts me off by slamming his lips against mine and kisses me passionately. I moan as our tongues perform a salsa dance in our mouths. He removes his lips all too quickly and takes my hand and leads me out of the cabin. I let go of his hand and without even thinking, I run towards the deck and dive into the ice-cold water. When I dive in, I feel alive like I was breathing again, like the world suddenly had become enchanting. It's pure adrenaline rushing through me when I kick and splash to the surface, forgetting that there is no ground and deeper than I remembered. I am not scared, but exhilarated. As I came out of the water, I notice Chris shaking his head when he lowers the ladder. He doesn't dive in the water as I did, but instead, he climbs down the ladder and slowly eases his long lean body into the water. "Look who is a chicken," I tease him. "Well, do you plan to get back on the boat?" He smirks. "Oh," is all I say, and then I splash him. "Oh, you are going to pay for that." He yells and lunges for me under the water. I try to swim away from him, but of course, he is faster than me and catches me by grabbing my waist. I kick and squirm my arms and legs to get away from him, screaming for him to let go of me. He does not oblige and sinks me into the water along with him. I'm thankful when I was younger I mastered staying underwater for a long time, and how to breathe underwater without plugging my nose. Splashing at him, I try to get up to the surface, but he holds me down and he grips my waist to hold me still. He finally lets go of me and that's when I turn around. I try to focus my eyes on the water as I look at him. He stares back at me for a second until he snatches my cheeks and kisses me. I close my eyes and hold my own breath when I feel he gives me air to breathe. Within seconds, he seizes hold of my arm and swims us up to the surface. I come up for air, and I catch my breath. I smirk as I splash him again. "You want me to bring you down in the water, again?" he asks. He's trying to be serious but he lets out a laugh. I laugh along with him and splash him once more. "That's it. You are asking for it." He shouts and hooks his hands around my wrist and draws my body against his. Instead of bringing us down underwater, he grabs my legs and wraps them around his waist. I move my arms around his neck to hold myself, and I am on fire again. The air between us has thickened and I shallow my breathing, hoping that he doesn't see the effect he has on me. "Sushiana, I do not want to be just friends, and I don't believe we are friends, but something more. I do not know what it is, yet." He shakes his head slowly moving his wet hair from side to side. "But I know I never felt this way for anyone, before." He bites his lip and that drives me crazy when he bites his lip. "You know, you are the first girl I brought here and on this boat. Well, besides my sister. You want me to bring you down in the water, again?" he asks. He's trying to be serious but he lets out a laugh. I laugh along with him and splash him once more. "That's it. You are asking for it." He shouts and hooks his hands around my wrist and draws my body against his. Instead of bringing us down underwater, he grabs my legs and wraps them around his waist. I move my arms around his neck to hold myself, and I am on fire again. The air between us has thickened and I shallow my breathing, hoping that he doesn't see the effect he has on me. "Sushiana, I do not want to be just friends, and I don't believe we are friends, but something more. I do not know what it is, yet." He shakes his head slowly moving his wet hair from side to side. "But I know I never felt this way for anyone, before," he says as he pulls his lip between his teeth and that drives me crazy when he bites his lip. "You know, you are the first girl I brought here and on this boat. Well, besides my sister." I look surprised and I'm not hiding it very well because he smirks at me. So I ask, "You never brought anyone here besides me and your family?" I stutter at the end of my speech, my lips quivering from the cold. I am starting to get chilly from this freezing water. He chuckles. "No, never, Sushiana. Come, you are getting cold," he says and swims to the ladder while I am still in his arms. He wraps his hands around my waist and lifts me up onto the ladder. I turn and grab hold of the ladder and climb on board. I stand there, feeling how heavy the wetsuit feels on my body, with it being soaked by all the water. I wonder what he is going to do now. He's full of surprises.